In the headlines, the Dominica State College signs a 5-year partnership with French-American business school CFAM. One of Dominica's oldest trade unions to improve its communication strategy to better represent its members. And the Dominica Freedom Party seeking to increase its appeal to the country's young people. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, one of the longest-serving trade unions in the country is looking to modify its communication strategy to be a better bargaining unit for its members. Julian Morris has that story.
The Waterfront and Allied Workers Union WOW represents a large cross-section of Dominican employees and meets with its membership at various times to discuss matters of work-related importance. Secretary-Treasurer of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union, Curtis Augustus, says new communication strategies will have to be utilized in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has curtailed large in-person gatherings.
In the past, before COVID, we were able to call for meetings from our various groupings, whether it is financial in terms of the banks, the credit unions and so, or the other departments where we work, where we have membership. We were able to call for meeting of what we would call the branches to be able to update them in terms of what is happening, and more so when we are having the question of negotiations, to get their input and to continually brief them as to what is happening in relation to the ongoing negotiations. Now, with the advent of COVID-19, we would have to develop new strategies.
While understanding the need to move to digital communication platforms, Augustus foresees some obstacles in reaching all WOW members.
A lot of organizations and institutions are looking towards the Zoom type of meeting, but that would be possible for people, one, who have cells and other equipments that would permit them to remain at a spot and to be able to participate. This is one of my biggest challenge, to devise a strategy how we could in fact involve our members in relation to decisions that we have to take.
Consent from the general body is key for the WOW to move forward on any decision being made in the best interest of its members.
Whether those decisions will be as a result of the members making their contribution and we are able to receive those. The organization, like a trade union, is a very democratic organization, and decisions cannot be taken and or must not be taken by the executive or the leadership without consulting with its constituent membership in that regard.
In more top stories, the government has taken a decision to extend the income support for employees affected by the COVID-19 pandemic until April. The Social Security says the highest number of requests for assistance under that program was recorded in April last year when the rollout started. The DSS says over the past few months, there has been a decline in the number of individuals requesting income support as many have returned to the workforce. Director of Social Security says the effort to provide income support has been successful. More than 5,000 applications have been received, and individuals from sectors not yet fully functional continue to receive income support. In other developments, TK International lead vocalist Wayne Benjamin, Mr. Benji N2O, is supporting efforts to motivate Dominicans to be more accepting of the COVID-19 vaccine, which is due to be in Dominica within the first quarter of the year. Misinformation and conspiracy theories have spread across the globe, leading to vaccine hesitancy, and Dominica is not exempt. Some citizens have expressed apprehension about taking a COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available here. Prime Minister Skerrit has himself pledged to be among the first to take the COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available for distribution in Dominica. With his popularity and visibility as a member of TK International, coupled with his 1st February appointment as Dominica's cultural ambassador, Wayne Benjamin is well placed to motivate citizens to take the vaccine.
I believe in taking the vaccine, you speak of the economies, the global market, that we want the world to reopen. We want to come back to a certain level of normalcy, and I believe people should take the vaccine, because if we claim that we care about each other, then you must care for yourself first, and I believe people should take the vaccine. The younger ones should go out, educate yourself about the vaccines and so on, because I don't think things are getting easier, but we want things to get easier, and if we plan on making it that way, for things to be easy, I believe we should start by taking the vaccine.
In other news, government could explore the possibility of enacting legislation to facilitate employees with a reduction in the working week to be able to continue meeting their contributions to Social Security. With the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, Social Security has seen a decline in contributions from the hospitality sector, even if the director says the impact has not been as drastic as anticipated. The hospitality industry is among the hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and as such, individuals are finding it difficult to maintain their full commitment to Social Security. Director of the Social Security, Janice Jajak Thomas, says if the legal framework is put into place, individuals with reduced hours of work who want to maintain their Social Security contributions could be facilitated.
That is something that is possible. We have been exploring the possibility of somebody paying in their capacity as an employee, and in that case you would have to pay either as a voluntary contributor or a self-employed person. But the law at the moment doesn't allow us to accept contributions in two capacities. We've seen where the earnings of some persons have declined significantly because the employers try to help them, so give them 2 days a week.
Yeah.
But their income has declined significantly. So if it was possible that they could meet their contributions by some means, probably their family overseas helping them, or even from help that's available nationally, they could in fact top up what their employer is paying for them. That would serve them well.
A specialized strategy is being developed by the Dominica Freedom Party to get the support of the country's youth. Julian Morris tells us more.
Under the late Dame Eugenia Charles, the Dominica Freedom Party rose to prominence in the 1980s, forming the government for 15 consecutive years. The popularity of the DFP had faded over the years, and in recent times, leadership of the party had been making strides to restore its name in society. Interim President of the Dominica Freedom Party, Bernardito, says the support of youth is critical to the party, and it is important to get this demographic on board with its plans and programs.
That is the biggest challenge ahead of us, is to convince the young people of our vision. That is the key. I believe there is a real yearning. I speak to a lot of young people. I mentor at the universities. I speak every semester to young students coming up to the United States to study. I help guide them and structure their curriculum and so on. There is a real hunger, I think, in young people for a hope of a better future on Ireland. What we need to do is to convince them that that hope is best realized through the Freedom Party, that the Freedom Party has the best vision for developing this country in a sustainable, productive manner.
Ito believes the youth have an important role to play in developing the country, and the enthusiasm for nation building should be harnessed and utilized properly.
I think when you're young, you have passion for your country, you want to build that shining city on a hill, and Freedom Party intends to utilize folks to that vision. And again, emphasize that it's authentic development. Yes, the CO is nice. Yes, the excitement and the rallies are good. But fundamentally, we have to convince young people that there is more that you can do with your life. And there is more that we want you to contribute towards the development of the country directly. And that is the message that we want to convey.
DFP's interim leader says young people will be given the avenue to voice their concerns and help develop solutions to the problems which affect them.
Of course, we will bring in the young people to be a part of the table, part of the discussion. This is not about a certain generation leading things. We believe Dominica is a young society, and young people should have a part of the table in defining where we go, what we do, and we will lean heavily on them to tell us what are the programs, what are the messaging mediums, what are the ways we need to approach things so that we can appeal what matters to them. And so we will be strategic as a leadership team in embracing those young people and building upon what works for them.
The Freedom Party's Delegates Convention is scheduled for August this year.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. Business students at the Dominica State College now have another opportunity to further their studies. This as the Dominica State College signed on to a 5-year partnership with the French-American Business School CEFAM in France. Public Relations and Recruitment Officer with the Dominica State College, Monel Alexis, says the collaboration will be extremely beneficial for DSC students.
Dominica State College has entered into a 5-year partnership with Center for Francophone-American Management Studies, CFAM. The partnership seeks to establish joint programs, academic faculty collaboration, short-term study abroad collaboration, and other academic initiatives. The college and CFAM have signed into a memorandum of understanding to guarantee the partnership's terms. Dr. Hermanza Eugene Zamor, Dean of Academic Affairs, said, "This is a great opportunity for our business students. Having access to train in Europe and the USA provides a unique experience for them. The mandatory internship in the business world definitely contributes to their success."
The MOU with CEFAM will also allow staff and faculty to develop business and research projects with the institution, as the DSC takes its motto to heart, not only ensuring students excel, but that the organization does so as well.
DSU students who have successfully completed an associate's degree in business administration will enjoy admission to CFAM to complete the CFAM degree, RNCP Level 7, Management of International Organizations, with the choice of marketing or finance major. Those who have successfully completed an associate's degree in business will be eligible for admission into CFAM's dual degree program, entering into the third year at CFAM and the fourth year at Sena College or Rider University in the United States.
Deputy Director of the Dominica Social Security, Augustus Etienne, says the participation of the self-employed in the Social Security scheme is mandatory and not optional. While Social Security has made some progress in the area of collecting contributions from the self-employed, compliance in that area requires significant improvement.
Self-employed coverage began in 1989, where coverage has been available to persons who work for themselves, who are their own bosses. They determine the terms and conditions of their work and all of that. And contrary to what most people might think, under the law, their participation in the program is mandatory, just as it is for employees. So they are required, once they are engaged in work for pay, to register, not just to register, but to pay contributions, importantly, because registration is the key that opens the door, but what gives you access to benefits is the payment of contributions. And over the years, we've seen many self-employed persons come forward and actually register. They start to pay, and they abandon midway. And many of them wait until retirement age is hitting them in the face, and they try to come and try to double up, as Mrs. Thomas was saying just now, to pay back. The way the system operates is that as you are working and earning, you're supposed to make your contributions, because you cannot wait for when something happens to you for you to say, I'm coming to pay to take care of me now that something has happened. Social Security is insurance. You pay premiums ahead of anything happening. In the event that something happens, then you have access to benefits. So self-employed persons are eligible for coverage under the program. Many of them register. They need to come and pay contributions. So we have not historically enforced the law to take any self-employed person to court for failing to comply with the regulations. But we have the force of law where we can actually do this. And probably one of those good days to drive home the point, we might actually take somebody to court just to let self-employed persons understand that they are supposed to register and pay contributions.
Social Security Director Janice Jacques Thomas says the introduction of community compliance officers a few years ago has yielded some results in getting the self-employed to pay their contributions. These compliance officers engage in public education and also collect contributions from the self-employed members. Jacques Thomas says there is growth in that area, but it remains small. She says the DSS has discussed the possibility of issuing invoices to the insured as a way of alerting them when their contributions are due. And Nonstop Praises Ministries Inc. is planning on extending the duration of this year's evangelistic outreach. This year's event, dubbed Change, will cater to the seniors on the evening of Good Friday and the youth after midnight into 2 in the morning. Director of Nonstop Praise Ministries, Heston Charles, says the event will help citizens trying to cope with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
In spite of the COVID and the pandemic that is around, we recognize that people still need encouragement, and even more so around this time. People still need some kind of inspiration, people still need upliftment, and it's more crucial now for people to hear something encouraging, for people to hear something motivational. And so our calendar of events for the year 2021 will prove to be very fruitful for the Dominican public, and even as far as the regional public, due to the fact that we have expanded our reach as a result of the pandemic. So this year we are having our Shana, which is in the Greek, it means change. So Shana is the Greek word for change, and we are going to have it our usual time, the Easter holidays, on the Good Friday from 8 in the evening, from 8 in the night. And this time we're going to do something very, very extraordinary. We'll be going beyond midnight, and we'll be having a special feature from midnight during this special evangelistic outreach initiative that we have scheduled for the Good Friday evening, again organized by Nonstop Praises Ministry Incorporated. So we can say to all those who have been showing interest in this time around we're going to have registration. Due to the COVID-19 protocols, people will have to register for this very special event. It is scheduled for the 2nd of April, Good Friday, at the Goodwill Parish Hall. We have already secured the venue. The venue is available for that evening, and we are expecting to attract. They have given us a maximum amount of persons there, so we are expecting, in terms of people being at the event physically, 120 persons.
Charles says the event will provide an opportunity for all those wishing to enrich their spiritual life.
We are encouraging all those who are looking for deliverance, you're looking for some sort of breakthrough, some sort of victory. People have issues. People have various setbacks in life. Some people feel trapped and they're just not growing. They're in a job, they're just not excelling. You know, they're in a relationship and they're not moving from friendship to something else, to where they wanted to go. Certainly, Shana will bring about that change. Shana will bring about that new experience. Shana will bring that victory that you're looking for, that breakthrough that you're looking for, that change that you're looking for, that deliverance. People are turning to alcohol because they feel alcohol will only give a temporal good feeling, but the situation is still there. And so we're encouraging people to have faith in God. That's what Non-Stop Praise is all about. We're encouraging people to turn to God. We're encouraging people to understand that God is still alive. God doesn't die. And some writers put it that way. God doesn't sleep. And so this time around, we are going to encourage people to, don't give up. Don't give up your faith. Now is the time to pray more. Now is the time to believe more, because with this pandemic, look, we are in another string, that is out there. And people will become a bit anxious. People will become a bit dismayed. But we're hoping that through the Shana event that we have scheduled for this 2nd of April, this Good Friday, will really, help people find hope, help people, find faith, help people, in the sense of recognizing that they can call on God and that they can depend on God to give an answer. God is the refuge. God is our strength.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. The Dominica State College signs a 5-year partnership with French-American business school CFAM. One of Dominica's oldest trade unions to improve its communication strategy to better represent its members. And the Dominica Freedom Party seeking to increase its appeal to the country's young people. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.